Alright, I'm remaking this main tank video because the last one was just terrible. So, what you're doing instead of Arm of the Earth, you're going to have Unseen Fury. It's cool because it blinds them so they only hit 10% of the time. It also means you don't need a speed boost. So you don't ever need a cupcake, so that's kind of cool. You don't run around really slow. And let's just ball up this group right here. Move on to the next. Normally you don't take this group on your right, but if you're in a pug group you want to grab that or they'll get mad. I'm assuming you all know how to time I'm Unstoppable. You hit IAU when Shadow Form is in the middle, 50% of the way through its recharge. How you run this bar is you don't stack IAU and Unseen Fury. When IAU runs out, then you hit Unseen Fury. So you have a constant armor. Anyways, ball that up, run off. There's a group right here in an ally or group run. You normally skip it because this group disappears when you take the Gift of Griffin's quest, so it's really just a big waste of time. But if you're in a pug run, once again they'll get mad, so you might want to spike it, because if it's not mentioned on wiki then it doesn't exist, or if your tactics aren't on wiki then they're bad. So alright, there's something called bad aggro. If you watch mobs in Guild Wars, they expand and they scatter and then they come back together into a ball, and when they're in that ball, if you aggro them when they're in the ball, it's called bad aggro because they won't follow you very far. They'll follow you about 20 feet and then they'll go back, so you won't be able to pull them into any balls correctly. Pull them around the corner, ball them up, run forward, shadow step to the farthest target. If you do it right, if you get the furthest target, the monks will run in. I had the wrong target. Luckily for you, it's a pug run, you get to witness some fail spikes, like this one. Terrible. If the monks aren't in the ball and everything else was spiked, just let the main team clean it up. Normally you let the Rit clean up, but these pugs wouldn't know that, so you just go on. Let them clean up this, messy stuff. You can just continue and get the next ball ready. There's no point in staying there. Okay, the T2 didn't open the forge. Actually, this run ended up taking about 50 minutes to finish. So just pull them down out of their little entrance and run up this crevice. It's really easy. You don't have to do that. You could just free ball them, but it's pretty easy to do it that way. It'll always, if you do it like that, it'll always be in a spikeable ball. But if you get them on that little, that part of the structure, if they get split in half, then one half of the ball won't get spiked. Make sure you're always timing IAU correctly, because if you mess up and you don't have IAU when Shadow Form needs to be cast, you'll probably you probably won't die as long as you shadow step before you cast, but whatever. So grab all that stuff, wait on this step until the patrol comes down into your aggro bubble. It's the second aggro bubble on mine, the small one, not the big one. That's spirit range is the big one, so don't get confused. Anyways, get over here in the corner. Make sure you break aggro with the casters that the main team needs to spike. I don't know what people call this. I didn't really get to do it right. You go down 5 slots, 4 works, and each one, and it'll you can actually ball up the rangers. But these guys were in the way, so I wasn't able to do it. You actually want to spike that group that they spiked last first as the main team, so that the main tank can do that pull. I think I've heard pugs calling it an Xbox pull. I don't really like that. It's stupid. But apparently that is the term for it these days. Who knows? Whatever. That was just me derping around up top. I was just blinding the rangers, because I don't know how bad these pugs are. You guys know how to do this. This isn't anything. This is nothing out of the ordinary here. Just ball and spike. These pop-ups, I normally let the Rick clean up, but once again, if you're in a pug group, you want to just do everything normal. They might get a little bit mad. Okay? The last main tank video I made was just awful. Everything went wrong. On my part and the pug's part. And I put it in black and white. I thought it looked cool. And when it was in black and white, you can't see any of the foes on the mini-map. So if you're using this video to learn and you're watching the mini-map for like what I pull, then you had no idea what was going on. It was just awful. Alright, this is the Wailing Forest. I'm just using, I thought I was using a candy apple and corn. I don't know why. Yeah, there you go, candy apple and corn. Never use a speed boost as a main tank. I don't know if I told you that yet, unless you have Armor of the Earth up. Because then, well, when you're tanking, you don't want things breaking aggro. This goes for almost every tanking job in the game. Lab tank, and there's certain places in Doha where you can use them, but whatever. Alright, while you're bored waiting, if you have room to sliver, just go ahead and sliver. That other spider's inside the ball, so you don't want to stand on it. They'll touch you to death if you're not careful. Anyways, if you pull them back here, you can pull them into a perfect stack. See how they just stack up right there? There, that's nice. Nice and spikeable. Next thing I do here is I jump up to those spirit shepherds on top of the cliff and I kill the wolf. I like doing this because I can take all the aggro from this side and pull it into a ball on the bridge and just make a giant ball. It's just more fun to spike. And if you're lucky, the main team wipes and you get to laugh at them. But I slivered these down for fun because the main team were killing the worms. If you're gonna do this pull though, it's getting more popular, so pugs sometimes will recognize what you're doing. Just let them know you're balling everything up and tell them to stand back, because they're most likely gonna run in and grab aggro, and it's a giant clusterfuck. Alright, what you want to do is you're gonna walk back slow, no speed boost, like I said. You're looking for the flower. My friend Mike showed me this reference point right there. That orange ugly weed is a flower. He called it a flower. That's where you stop, and that's where you jump in and throw up all your shit, because they'll spike you fast. But the pugs were on top of it and they spiked right. Anyways, you're done in forest. I should have fast forwarded this part. The pugs took forever to take the quest. They think that they have to be out there with you to take the quest for some reason, but whatever, just let them think what they want. Okay, you can get 2 instances in this spawn. The skeletals will spawn on the left cliff or the right cliff. It's generally the same. You do the pull the same. See, on this one they spawned on the left side of the path, so you have to use the left cliff to ball them up. What you're doing is you want to pull the little mesmer ice hands. The ice hands, that's what they're called. You pull them as close to the cliff as you can, and then you shadow step to the furthest one. And I messed it up. The monks didn't run in, but if you get the right target and you don't have to move after the shadow step, the monks are gonna run in. But if you mess it up and you have to move, then they won't run in. But that's okay. I see pugs do that pull, and a lot of the time they ball up the monks in the corner. They pull both groups, except they pull all the monks in the corner, and they leave all the skeletals on the outside to be spiked second. And that's really, really bad. Because when you have 6 ice hands standing there, they're just going to wreck your team. All your energy is going to be gone, and yeah. So make sure at least you ball up the ice hands and not the monks. This pull, I wouldn't watch me doing this pull. It was close enough to pull together, but then 100 blade came up in a second, and he's gonna touch the aggro. There he goes, right there. Yeah, so he kind of messed it up. You only do that when they're close enough. Most of the time they're not, so just don't even worry about it. You'll know when they're close enough because they're both, there's that group there, and then the other group will be about 10 feet away, and you can pull them both together. But then again, you don't want to do that pull unless your main team is far behind you, because it's just not faster. It's not faster at all. It's a lot slower, actually. I'm getting terrible lag during this video. Take out your longbow here, pull that shard wolf, and bring it back up to the main team. And that's it. If you guys have any questions, ask me in game or post on my video. Subscribe.